No rest for the weary. It's time for Losers Bracket Round 2. The Kingsmen prospect against P27. They survived by the skin of their teeth half an hour ago, defeating PDG via walk-off single by Mason Ritzma. And Mason Ritzma once again behind the plate, catching this time Kingsmen Young as he throws the first pitch of the ball game to Kelvin Almonte. First pitch pop-up. It is foul, and it is 0-1. First of all, for those of you hoping to see Kingsmen varsity baseball against Clubhouse Commanders, we are still working on that. May or may not be able to get the stream for you. The Lake Point, the tournament organizers here, they have a streaming platform that they are streaming all of the games on. It is behind a paywall. You're more than welcome to head that direction if we are unable to get the varsity game going. It is now 1 ball and 1 strike, low and away on the fastball. We appreciate your patience with us as we get round 2 going. The Kingsmen winning once today. They need to win 1 more, and then they're on to play Georgia Premier tomorrow, who lost in extra innings to A3. The Trojans winning the 8-inning slugfest. There's a strike from Young to make it 1-2. It is Kelvin Almonte and then Yamil Soda. First 2 hitters for P27. 2-strike pitch. Just outside. First time that Kingsmen Young is pitching against P27 this year. They only played 2 games in that 3-game. It was scheduled to be a 3-game series. They only ended up playing 2 of those 3. There's a chopper foul. Young's excited to face a new team, one that hasn't seen him before. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes, and after the Kingsmen had to burn Tristan Harless in game 1, they'll want their starter to go as long as possible. There's a ground ball to Classe at third as he is up with it from the hot corner to first, 1 away. Once again, if you're just joining us, live top of the first, 0-0 between Kingsmen and P27. We are still working on getting that varsity game live and up for you, so please keep an eye on that one. I will let you know here on the prospect stream when and if that game is officially live. It is underway. I'll get you a score update during the next half-inning break. 1 out. Here is Yamil Soda, and it's on the outside corner. Off speed from Kingsmen Young out of Alberta, Canada. He just got back from being up north. He was playing up with some old buddies in a travel ball tournament up in Alberta. Team went to the semifinals of their tournament. That's ball 1 low. I talked to Kaysen on Monday, and he said he pitched, but he saved the best for Lake Point. He was ready to rumble when he got back into town. Young got the first hitter he faced. It was a longer battle. Already has thrown 9 pitches. This will be number 10, a 2-1 count. Coming set at the belt, Kaysen's pitch. Breaking ball, and it sneaks in on the outside edge, 2-2. This is a Kingsmen prospect team that has seen P27 less than their varsity counterparts. The varsity team playing P27 in a number of non-conference games. As Young misses just outside, trying to ring up his first hitter of the game. Instead, it's 3-2. Just the 3rd meeting between these 2 teams. The regular season was split, 1 apiece. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Young's pitch. And it's low and in, a walk. Walks were a problem in game 1 today. Mike Irving pitched into the 3rd, but Tristan Harless went the rest of the way. Noah Getke, the 3-hole hitter for the Blacksmiths of P27. Inside corner strike. The beginnings of a check swing, but not halfway around. It was in there for a called strike instead. A 1 out of the stretch. Getke takes ball 1. One more time. Still trying to get the stream going for varsity ball against Clubhouse Commanders across the complex over at field number 13. That's on the inside corner, 1-2. The throw over to first, and it's closer than Yamil Soto would have liked, but he's back standing up. The various 12-15 games starting to get going here. DSC and Central Point to our right. That's a big one in the winner's bracket. 1-2. Runner on the move. Curveball in there for a strike. Throw down to second, and it's off of the base runner. Soto's heading to third as the outfielders scramble over. It was a good throw for Brixima. It would have been an out in dodgeball. It's an unfortunate error for Mason Ritzma, as the throw was on the money, but it will go as a throwing error because neither middle infielder got to it. And the runner ended up on third. So it's a stolen base and an error, a strikeout, as Getke goes down, and 2 down with a man on third. Ball high for Tucker County. That's a ball. Aiden Aragon starting for P27 on the other side. Inside corner shot. Generous one on the inside half. It's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Young trying to get out of this first without a run. There's a fly ball to right. Tristan Harless out there for game 2. And the catch is made. 0-0. We go bottom of the first. We'll be right back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Bottom of the first here in Emerson, Georgia, the site of the 2026 ABA Championships. Thanks for being with us. I'm Griffin Leonard with Prospect Baseball. It's the Kingsmen and P27. One ball, no strikes to Caden McNeil, trying to lead things off against Aiden Aragon. And he grounds it to short, sharply to Soto. And he throws out McNeil for the first down. Ryan Waters is the next to hit for the Kingsmen, who were able to slow down P27, strand a runner on third base. As there's a called strike to Mr. Ryan Waters, the Kingsmen center fielder, for the second game in a row. Kingsmen varsity score is still 2-0 as Ryan Waters singles through center field, right up the middle between the middle infielders, and it's out to Mikhail Moon. Waters on first with one away for Owen Beatrice. He did not single in the first inning of the first game today, but he walked and was stranded on second. It took the Kingsmen until the third before they had that big inning that helped them to their first win of the first win of the day and of the week. One ball, no strikes to Owen Beatrice, who singled for an RBI his last bat of the first game today. It was 102 miles an hour off of the bat of the 2026 Prospect Conference Player of the Year. Sosby catching Aragon. He's set up, and here's the 2-0. High for ball three. And that is inside a 4-pitch walk. Beatrice is on first. Waters over to second, and the Kingsmen are threatening here with one away as Israel Classe, who got the bump up to the 4-hole, will take his swings here with multiple runners on base. The Kingsmen against P27 during the regular season won game one of that series 5-3, lost game number 2 8-4. As Classe swings away and drives it foul. Izzy had a single and was hit by a pitch in the game earlier today, had a double in yesterday's loss that was played here on this field. Oh, 1. Low for a ball. Outside for ball 2. And that is low. The word from field number 13 is, unfortunately, we are not going to be having the varsity live stream for Clubhouse Commanders. I will try to keep you updated on the score of that game as much as possible. The Kingsmen in the winner's bracket over there, field 13, as Classe lifts one, foul third base side. And that ball landed in the field of play. The third baseman, Tucker Cowley, ran up to the net, and then it spun back and landed behind him. Israel Classe has new life here in the first inning. Second and first, one out. The count is full. Runners on the move. Clase swings and misses, throw down to third, and a double steal executed successfully. Clase is out. He ran down to first, but there is no drop third strike. Out of the windup, Aragon with 2 down. Outside with the slider. Montgomery Hart batted in the 5-hole in the last game. He was 0 for 3, though he reached on an error and he walked. And a generous call on the outside corner makes it 1-1 against Gummy. 1-1. Outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Montgomery Hart trying to give the Kingsmen the lead. And he hits it foul onto field number 10, just as the TNXL Ducks are jogging off the field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inside, it hit Montgomery Hart, and the bases are loaded for Jack Curtis. Curtis still looking for that first base hit since coming back from injury. He was out 2 months. The 500 hitter at the time of going down, committed to Maine. Very well could have been the hitter of the year over Owen if he had stayed healthy the way he was swinging it in the first month of the season. Takes a strike there. Beatrice is on second. To either side of him, Waters and Hart. The bases are juiced here in the bottom of the first. Never hurts to have an early chance to score. Curtis has got to find a way to get it done. 0-1 from Aragon. And a big cut. It's 0-2. If the inning does continue, the hero from earlier, Mason Ritzema, will hit, as the Kingsmen hope to bring at least 7 to the plate here in the first. It is 0-2 to Curtis. Aragon, a big deep breath as he goes into the windup, and a foul ball hit to the right side off of the bat of Curtis. The New York native, both him and his younger brother Deacon missed most of this spring with injury. They are both back for the tournament. 0-2. High for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ritzema swinging left-hand side on deck with the shin pads on in case he does not come up. He'll be looking to shed those momentarily. 1-2. Struck him out, and the catcher taps the plate with his right foot to end the inning. Kingsmen load them but do not score. We go to the second inning. It's scoreless between the Kingsmen and the P27 Blacksmiths. We'll be right back. of inning number 2 here in Emerson, Georgia. Griffin Leonard here with you for the ABA Championships, Losers Bracket Round 2 of the Prospect Conference. Still 2-0 between the Kingsmen and Clubhouse Commanders at the varsity level. We are continuously trying to get that stream up and running, though I'm unable to be over there personally. That looks like a pretty good first pitch from Kingsmen Young, but it is called inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Thanks to those of you joining us for the second game of the day for the Kingsmen Prospect team, needing to win once again to keep that season alive. There's a strike to Carter Epteen, the left fielder. Young allowed a walk, but did not allow a run in the first inning. 1-1. Curveball in there for called strike 2. Both teams stranded a runner on third base in the first inning. The Kingsmen had them loaded. Ground ball back to Young. What a play. Fielded it forehand side, and he flips to first for the first down of the inning. Mentioned it earlier, Central Point Dominion going on. It just started 3 pitches ago. The Wolves of DSC played P27 in yesterday's action, defeating them and sending P27 to this game. Dominion, on the other hand, seems to have not used their ace in game number 1 to win against P27. They saved Will Hodges for the Kingsman Central Point winner and are pitching him against the White Tigers. First pitch from Young. That's outside and high to Mikhail Moon. So the Liberty commit is on the mound against Central Point, and we saw firsthand their offensive ability. Curious to see how that game goes on field number 12. Ground ball first base side. It stays fair. Seminara up with it. He will run to the back himself, and it's back-to-back ground outs. First to the pitcher, next to the first baseman. 2 quick ones here in inning number 2. And that is a welcome sight to see for the Kingsmen pitching coaches and the pitcher on the mound, Jason Young. 3 ground ball outs, 1 fly out, and a strikeout so far. The walk his only blemish. And Theo Lima comes up in the 7th spot with 2 outs. That's a ball. 0-0 between P27 and the Kingsmen. Winner to take on Georgia Premier in the first game tomorrow. The benefit of tomorrow's schedule, only 2 time slots compared to 3. Foul ball. The Kingsmen get to sleep in a little bit. It's been 6:45 wake-ups the last couple of days to get over here to Lake Point for the 9:30 starts. Ball to strike. Young's pitch. Off speed, and it filters high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kason Young making his 11th start of the season, 13th appearance overall, 5-0 on the season with the ERA right around 5. He's looking to shut down the Blacksmiths here this afternoon. That is ball 3 just high of the zone. 40 strikeouts to 29 walks at this stage. 26 earned runs in 35 innings. There's a pop-up, and it looks like it's going to head out of play, and it lands on the DSC dugout. P27 in Wellington Sports Academy in a premier matchup across the way. 1-0 right now for the Blacksmiths. P27 had a tough day yesterday, both varsity and prospect losing in their first games. There's a chopper, third base side. Tough play for Klose, who is unable to barehand it and has no play. An infield hit for Theo Lima with 2 outs. P27's premier team as the 1 seed in the Premier Championships. The regular season champions got a bye. The Kingsmen defeated the P27 varsity team. Dominion took care of the prospect team. Now it's the Kingsmen who have the chance on the prospect side to end the Blacksmiths' season. Here's Kason Young with 2 down and a man on first. That ball gets by Ritzma. Wild pitch puts a runner in scoring position. Lima moves 90 feet. Carson Sosby is the hitter at the plate right now. 1 ball and no strikes is the count. In the bottom of the second, it will be the catcher Ritzma that leads off, followed by Harless and Seminara. I can tell you that the Clubhouse Commanders have made it 4-0 against the Kingsmen varsity team. They'll have some work to do against a Commanders pitching staff that is certainly seen as the team's biggest strength. There's a breaking ball high in the zone, 2 balls and no strikes. I don't want to speculate it too much, but it almost looks like somebody in the Kingsman dugout is getting an earful from an umpire right now. Not a gambling man, but I've got an idea who that might be. Tie for ball 3. Young's got to find the zone here. Alvarez on deck in the 9 spot. The P27 continues the inning. Trio, and that is right down the middle. 3 balls and a strike. The cheer you just heard was from our left. Georgia Premier taking the 2-0 lead on TNXL in the Premier Division. TNXL, one of the favorites to take home the Premier crown. 3-1 from Kason. Fly ball. It is toward Classe, but it is foul. And it's 3-2. The Premier Championship. The Premier Championship currently seen as a 3-horse race between P27, TNXL, and Georgia Premier, though of course there are other teams more than capable of competing for that title as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Young trying to get out of the top of the second and strand another in scoring position. 3-2. Hard ground ball, and it is just foul. That saved a run. That was going to be all the way down into the corner. It was just wide of the foul line. Another full count pitch coming as Young tries to get the P27 catcher. 3-2. Outside, his second walk. That one looked like it stuck around in the hand for just a little bit too long. And here comes Adrian Alvarez, the P27 first baseman, who is batting 9th. First pitch downstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. I'm going to try to mention the varsity score as much as humanly possible. I can see the field, I just can't see the scoreboard from here at the other 4 fields. But currently, to my knowledge, it is 4-0 in favor of Clubhouse Commanders. The Kingsmen have some work to do over on field 13. 1-0. The 1-0 rather, 2-0 now the count. Scoreless between the Kingsmen and P27, each of whom have one hit. The Kingsmen have the bases loaded in the bottom of the first, could not score. Young trying to find the zone here and get out of this second inning. His pitch count rising over 40. And that is ball 3. He is Colin Hogg, the man on deck. Here comes Joe Hudak. We're going to step aside here for a moment. Be right back on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Three balls and no strikes after the mound visit. Outside corner, strike from Young, who gets things back the way he likes it after the mound visit. Three balls and one strike. And he hits the zone again. 3-2. Runners will have a head start with Adrian Alvarez now needing to swing the bat if the ball is in the zone. Once again, it's Ritzmo, Harless, and Seminara to the plate for the Kingsmen in the second. Trying to keep it scoreless until then. 3-2. Young fires, low and away. Back-to-back walks, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded for Colin Hogg. Both teams now have had the bases loaded here in the first couple innings of this contest. First pitch from Kason Young. Top of the zone strike to Colin Hogg, the extra hitter. One ball and one strike. Colin Hogg against the Kingsmen in the regular season. A double, a single. He was 2 for 5 total. Up in a big spot here early on in this contest. 1-1. Did not get it on the outside corner. Applause came from the Kingsman side of this ballpark, but the umpire did not flinch. It is 2-1. The Kingsmen came back from a 3-0 deficit in their first game here today, but P27 is a different animal. 2-1. High for ball 3. That cheer you just heard was a TNXL Premier home run to make that game 2-1. I have a feeling there's going to be a few runs scored in that contest. 3-1 here. Young's got to find the zone, and he does not. The lead is P27's here in the top of the second inning. That is 3 walks in a row with 2 down, 4 base runners in a row with 2 down. And here's the bottom of the order, Xavier Vega. 1-0 Blacksmiths. There's a swing and a miss, 0-1. The Kingsmen would certainly love to have Kason Young out there for as long as possible in this start. The bullpen is active. I cannot tell for certainty who is down there, but it goes without saying. It's a right-hander. 0-1. There's a pop-up, foul third base side, 0-2. Kingsmen are up at the plate right now across the way. It is still 4-0 in that ball game. Young going to try to limit the damage here. It is 0-2. He's facing the bottom of the order. It's got to be right here. 0-2 from Young. High and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vega and then Almonte for the second time. Benefit Young and the Kingsmen greatly to end the inning before the top of the order comes back around. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Outside half of the zone at the changeup, and Young extinguishes the flame. 1 run in the second for P27, and the Kingsmen will hit when we come back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Bottom of the second inning, the Kingsmen are down, but just by a run. They got out of that inning without too much problem. Young recovered from some walks, gets a couple of big outs, and we move to the bottom of the second. Mason Ritzema had a walk-off single about an hour ago to keep the Kingsmen season alive. He takes ball 1 high here from Aiden Aragon. Aragon ran into a little bit of trouble in the bottom of the first. Gave up a base hit to Waters, and then it was a walk and a hit by pitch as the ball makes it 2-0. 2-0. There's the line drive right center field. The center fielder toward the gap, and it's down. It's down into the wall. Ritzma circles first, heads for second, and it is a leadoff double for the Kingsmen to get the bottom of the second inning going with them down 1 run. That's a big swing. Mason Ritzma has been on fire this week at the plate for the Kingsmen. Ritzma substituted out for Hudson Encherkin. The normal courtesy runners are all over at the varsity game right now. So Encherkin on the bench is the runner. He's on second base with nobody out. Harless rips it to second on the first pitch. It's one hopped right into the glove of Almonte, and that's out number 1. Unfortunate for Harless because he hit that one on the button. Tying run on third with 1 away. First pitch ball to Anthony Seminara. Seminara reached all 3 times he was to the plate in the win over PDG, and he is now ahead 2-0. Aragon trying to nip this in the bud, but the tie-in run is 90 feet away. 2-0 pitch. And he rips it up the middle, past the shortstop, and into center field, and we are tied. Anthony Seminara with an RBI single, and it is 1-1 here in the bottom of the second. I think the Kingsmen bats have finally woken up. That is a welcome sight to see for all involved. It took them 7 innings to score in the game against Central Point yesterday. They had just 7 hits in game number 1 today. 3 early hits, 2 singles, and a double, all of which hit pretty well. There's a ball on the field, so a slight delay. Ashton Bowes at the bottom of the order has been another hot bat. He had a single, a fly out, and a sacrifice bunt this morning on field number 10. The Kingsmen have tied it up. The go-ahead run is on second base. The pitch. The roar you just heard to the right, Dominion Sports Collective has taken the lead on Central Point with a solo home run. It's in there to make it 0-2. Winner of that game goes to the semifinals to take on Georgia, or rather A3. A3 awaits the winner of this game in the winner's bracket semifinal 1. 0-2. Bowes gets just enough of it, and the at-bat is still alive. There's a ground ball hit third base side. Third baseman sails that throw high, and the first baseman is off the bag. Bowes legs it out. The third baseman, Tucker Kelly, had a little bit of trouble with it and then fired it high, pulling Alvarez away from first. And DSC has just hit another ball out. Tyson Pennypacker. It's back-to-back for the Wolves. 2-0 over there on field 12. Katie McNeil with runners on second and first, top of the order. And he flares it. It's 0-1. 1 run in the inning for the Kingsmen, looking for more. The Kingsmen are now on the other side of the bracket from that game happening to our right. That's outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. The loser of this game between Central Point and Dominion would not have to play either the Kingsmen or P27 until the second game on Thursday. There's a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think if you're the Kingsmen, you're probably going to want to play Central Point again. If you can play them before the championship, you won't see those same starting pitchers. And you'd only have to beat them once. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caden McNeil started off this game with the ground out to short. He is now looking to give them their first lead. Second and first, 1 out. Aragon fires the 2-2, and it is high.
Go hit it. Fuck it.
Outside, and a bat flip from McNeil. He's fired up as he heads to first to load the bases for Ryan Waters, who got things started for the Kingsmen back in the first with a single. The Kingsmen are on the board in the varsity level as well. It is 4-1. The Kingsmen have 1 on the board against the Clubhouse Commanders. And here comes a mound visit from P27. Bases are loaded. Seminara is on third, Bose is on second, and McNeil is on first. Not a whole lot of speed on the bases until you get to that last trailing runner in McNeil. But if Waters can put one in a gap, then things may get a little bit exciting. Some high-octane offenses at work all across this complex right now. Waters trying to break it open. He takes ball 1 high. And now 2-0.
Let's go, babe.
Outside corner strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch to Waters with the bases loaded and his top foul.
Let's go.
2 balls and 2 strikes, bases loaded, corners in for P27, and Aragon misses outside, and the bases are loaded. Or rather, the count is full. The bases were already loaded. The Kingsmen have had the bases loaded in both of the first 2 innings. This is a big pitch, and it is fouled off. Christian Newsom of DSC just hit another towering fly ball that was a home run but foul on the field to our right. Waters trying to put barrel on baseball here. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Aragon just misses high, and the go-ahead walks in. Borderline at the top of the zone, but the Kingsmen get the benefit of the doubt. That's back-to-back walks for Aragon and P27. Here comes OB, a dangerous hitter every time he comes to the plate. He has had a slow start to this week. But he could open up the floodgates with a big hit here. Beatrice swings away, swings through the fastball to make it 0-1 at 85 from Aragon. Swings away at the 0-1 and fouls it off, 0-2. It's Israel Classe who is on deck. So you go from the conference hitter of the year to one of their home run derby representatives. Here with the bases loaded, 0-2, and it's ripped through the right side, a base hit. Fielded by Getke. He fires it in. They're sending McNeil to the plate, and he is tagged out. And he may be hurt. He dove headfirst toward the bag. The catcher was blocking the plate, and McNeil looks hurt. He's shaking out his left wrist. He may have extended those arms into the path of home plate. And this is certainly not good for the Kingsmen here in the second inning. He has turned over onto his back. We're going to step aside here. One run came in on the RBI single. McNeil out at the plate for out number 2. But that is not anyone's concern now. We'll be right back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here in the bottom of the second, Kaden McNeil helped off the field. The consensus, at least talking with those downfield side, is that he does appear to be okay, and that is a good sign. 1 ball, no strikes for Israel Classe, and it's ball 2. We'll see if McNeil goes back to left this next half inning. That will be a telling sign. It's an RBI hit for Beatrice to make it 3-1, and then the out at the plate is the second. So it's second and first for Classe. He swings away at the 2-0, and it is swung on and missed, so it is 2-1. Just outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Receiving some updates on the varsity game. Clubhouse Commanders has added to its lead. It is now 6-1 in the bottom of the 4th. There's a high fly ball down the right field line. Look at it go. No doubt about it. Israel Classe, a 3-run home run to break things wide open here in the bottom of the second. It is a 6-run frame for the Kingsmen. And the man who hit 2 home runs on Monday night in the Home Run Derby hits his first that'll count in the record books. It's the first home run for the Kingsmen here at Lake Point, and it's a big one to put them up 5. His second home run of the season after he hit one out in the ABA round robin. And Classe with a big fly to put them firmly in front here in the second inning. Here's Gummy. And Hart chops one to first. On the first pitch he sees, Alvarez flips to the pitcher, and it's in time to end the inning. 6 runs for the Kingsmen, and it was all tapped off. The cherry on top, the 3-run home run for Israel Clase. We go to the third, 5-run lead for the Kingsmen here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Top of the third inning here in Emerson, Georgia. The Kingsmen, with their backs up against the wall, are fighting hard to stay in this tournament, and that second inning is going to help. They're up 6-1 as Kason Young takes back to the mound to deal to the 2, 3, and 4 hitters of P27. Soto takes a strike on the breaking ball. Now 1-1. There's a check swing called on the swing at home plate, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Young looking for the leadoff man, and it's a fly ball hit between the fields, right side out of play. The Kingsmen in that big second inning scored 6 runs off of 4 hits, 2 singles, a double, and the home run that cleared the bases. 2 strikes, and inside to make it 2-2. They say that hit him. Wow. Gonna cut off the audio for one more second here as we sort something out. Runner on second now with nobody out. Ground ball as we're back here. It's up the middle, and it is a base hit. As the runner circles third, Waters throws to second. They'll concede the run. It's an RBI base hit for Emil Soto. To sort out the other team's lineup, the P27 lineup, we've got everything squared away now here in the booth. It is 6-2 after the RBI single following the hit by pitch. So Getke up with nobody out as P27 tries to come right back with some offense of their own. 1 ball, no strikes. One more update for you on the varsity game. Clubhouse Commanders put up 2 more in the bottom of the 4th. It's 8-1 as we go to the top of the 5th. Still time for the Kingsmen to turn that around, but the offense has got to come alive here. 1 ball, no strikes. Fly ball, third base side. It is foul, and it is out of play. One ball and 1 strike. This is quite considerably the highest scoring game out of the 4 in this quadrant of fields going on right now. There's a foul ball that will send it toward one of those fields. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2-0 between Dominion and Central Point. It is 2-1 between Wellington and P27 on the Premier side. And then it is also 2-1 between Georgia Premier and TNXL to our left. The Kingsmen, with that big second inning, have put big numbers up on this scoreboard here on field 11. After a couple foul balls, the 1-2 is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Doing my best to keep you updated with everything going on around Lake Point. The most important matchup is the one right in front of us. The Kingsmen prospect against P27. As that outside corner fastball rings up Getke for the second time. He goes down looking once again. Six to 2 is the score. Runner leading off the first base, held on by Seminara. First pitch to Tucker Cali, his second time around, is a strike. No balls and 1 strike, 1 away. Decent lead at first for Emil Soto, and that is high, ball 1. Fastball sitting right around 82. It's not the fastest we've seen from Casey. But outside of that stretch during the second, we have seen his command be pretty consistent. We'll try to find the zone again here on 1-1. And he just misses high.
Same thing.
There's a fly ball on the 2-1. It is foul, and it is out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cayson's pitch count now at 72. We will likely not be able to get the Kingsmen through this whole game at this rate. They will need some help from the bullpen. While simultaneously trying to keep the bullpen as unused as possible, trying to set themselves up for success in the rest of this tournament if they can continue to win baseball games. 3-2 now. A full count to Tucker Cali with Carter Upton on deck. P27 down 4, but they've gotten 1 back here in the inning. 3-2, full count. Young fires to first, and the runner nearly came off the bag. Seminara was smart to apply the tag not once but twice. But Soto stayed put. 3-2. Young comes set. Soto's off and running. The ball is popped up high into the air, first base side. Young will cover first as Seminara floats toward the wall, but it's just out of play. Kason Young was ready to cover first in case they had an opportunity to double up Soto, who was sprinting back after realizing that his stolen base attempt needed to be undone as quickly as possible. We've been playing for a little over an hour here at Emerson, Georgia. Lake Point Sports, the site of today and this week's ABA Championships. 3-2 again. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Mr. Kason Young. And that's back-to-back for 2 outs here in the third. Two down, runner on first. Young going to step off. The bullpen was active earlier on in this contest. No one is moving right now. Jake Donaldson, though, is down the line in foul territory, starting to get loose. That's ball 1. As the ball falls onto the field and scares the heebie-jeebies out of Kason Young. Update for you for varsity. The Kingsmen had a hit in the top of the 5th, but did not score. Logan Daniel now in the pitch for the Kingsmen. The catch is made, and 3 outs here in the top of the third. Kingsmen surrender a run, but they lead by 4. We'll be right back with 6, 7, and 8 up at the plate when we come back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Jack Curtis leads off the bottom of the third for the Kingsmen, who scored 6 in the bottom of the second. They come back to the plate in the bottom of the third against a new arm. And that new arm hits the arm of Jack Curtis on the first pitch he throws. Trevor Bailey plunks Curtis, and it's a runner on first with nobody out. Mason Ritzma the next to hit, the Kingsman catcher. And that's on the outside quarter. I never saw the Kingsman varsity starting lineup for today's game, so I do not know for certain who is over there and who is over here. But I would take a guess and say that Mason Ritzma is the only catcher on the Kingsmen who is at this game. No balls and 2 strikes. I would be very curious to see what would happen if they needed another one, if it would be Tristan Harless, who I know is the quote-unquote emergency catcher, or if they would rush somebody over from the other field. I don't know. Get you some more score updates on that when I have it, but it is still 8-1 to my knowledge. 0-2 with nobody out to Mason Ritzma. Ritz takes outside. Curtis shuffles off of first, but he has stayed put. He was caught stealing in game 1 this morning. See if they try the catcher Carson Sosby. Kingsmen do not have a stolen base since that double steal they executed back in the first. There's Curtis. It's grounded. Hit and run is beautiful. And Curtis turns to third. How about that? Slider with 2 strikes. Not sure if it was a planned hit and run or not, but Curtis took off. Ritzma punched it through the now vacant right side of the infield because the second baseman is crashing toward the bag. And now it's corners for Tristan Harless, who ripped it the last time that he was up at the plate. Hudson Entrican, once again the courtesy runner for Ritzma, who notches his second hit of the ball game. And the Kingsmen are threatening with nobody out here in the third. That is low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Entrican takes off. They will throw down to second, and there is no tag. Both the shortstop and the catcher saying, well, where were you? And shortstop late to cover. The catcher threw it down. The shortstop, I don't think, was expecting them to throw down with the runner on third base. So it's second and third, nobody out. A 2-0 count for Harless. He's followed by 2 guys that reached their first time in Seminara and Bose, the bottom of the order, trying to come up big in the third. Ball 3, excuse me. Just high of the zone. The infield is in for P27. Every run counts in these elimination games. The 2-seeded Kingsmen trying to power through day 1 of being in the losers bracket. 3-0 to Harless. Taking on the outside corner. Harless sees it fly by. It's 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike, nobody out. And that is a walk. It loads the bases for Ant. Bases loaded, nobody out. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here for Kingsman Baseball. We are, of course, so sorry that we're unable to have both games streaming at once. We knew that scheduling conflicts were inevitable this week. There was an attempt to stream the varsity game, but there were some issues that prevented us from doing that today. We are hoping that tomorrow, if both teams are playing at the same time, which they will be if the Kingsmen win this ball game, we are hoping that we can figure out any issues that we may have. Bases loaded, nobody out. Seminara takes ball number 1. Kingsmen are jogging off the field behind me to my right in the varsity side. We'll see if we can get you a score update if the clubhouse changed the score line at all, but they're going to be back up to bat momentarily in the top of the 6th. Outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Seminara, a base hit his last time. And he was nicked by that one, and that will bring in another run. It's the second hit by pitch here in this 3rd inning. Curtis jogs home, and the bases stay loaded with nobody out. Mound visit between infielders, and coaches are not present, so it won't count against them. Catcher and shortstop out there to talk to Trevor Bailey. I have a positive update on the condition of Caden McNeil. He is swinging on deck. He will remain in this game. Nobody out, bases loaded, a chance to really go for blood here in the 3rd. Bose takes a strike on the inside corner. He's had a big week so far. He came in as a pinch hitter and had a single in the 7th inning of yesterday's game, had a base hit earlier today. Ball 1 low. Ashton Bose came into the day hitting .345, and it's going to get up from there. It's down the left field line into the wall. 2-run score. Here comes Seminara to 3rd. He will hold. It's an RBI double for Ashton Bose. 2 runs come in, and that makes it 9-2. We spent 7 innings wondering where the Kingsmen offense went in yesterday's ball game. It has come out to play here this afternoon. The Kingsmen are up 7 runs, and the team that averages 8 per game has scored 9 in the first 3 innings against their Carolina rivals. Mound visit to talk to Trevor Bailey. He's going to remain in this game, but we will step aside for one moment here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Caden McNeil's up with runners on 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Bailey's first pitch to Caden is low. 1 ball and no strikes. The Kingsmen have scored 3 more runs here in the bottom of the 3rd. They are trying to punch their ticket into day 3 of this tournament. 1-0, and it's just outside. Certainly happy to see McNeil okay and still in the game after a pretty brutal collision between him and the P27 catcher Carson Sosby. Both of them still in the game and all right. Top of the zone strike for McNeil, who just got started a little too late to go around after that one. 2 balls and a strike, nobody out. The first 5 hitters here in this 3rd inning have reached base. 2-1 to Caden. And McNeil takes ball 3. Three balls and a strike. McNeil swings and hits it on a hop to 2nd. It's off of the glove. flip, no flip. The ball continues to evade Kelvin Almonte. And everybody is safe. Ryan Waters up with the bases loaded, nobody out. There's a strike in there. Because that ball was hit just in front of the second baseman, the runners froze. No one scored, so McNeil fills the open gap at first, and the bases are juiced. And now Waters hits a fly ball foul, 0-2. I can tell you that the Kingsmen held strong defensively, 8-1. Still the score, top six. Clubhouse still with their starting pitcher in the ball game at 81 pitches. 0-2 from Waters. He takes it inside. One and two. Outside to Waters. Two, just outside. Count is full here to Waters. And he walks to bring another run to the plate. That is all for Trevor Bailey. We're going to step aside, new pitcher on the mound. When we come back, the Kingsmen trying to take an even firmer grip on the scoreline of this ball game. They're up 8 here in the third on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here on the Kingsman Baseball Network, I'm Griffin Leonard here with you for Kingsman Prospect action. It is 10-2. The Kingsmen with nobody out, and they have the bases loaded for Owen Beatrice. And he takes a strike from Cole Stocks, the next pitcher on the mound for the visitors on the scoreboard. I can tell you that the Kingsmen have scored a run in the varsity contest as Beatrice fouls off the 0-1. That makes it 8-2. Still a ways to go, but I thought I saw a runner cross the plate from way down there on the other side of the complex, and according to the live scores, that appears to be the case. 8-2, Kingsmen still trail. Here is Beatrice with the 0-2 from Stocks, and it is off the plate. Strike 3 call to Owen Beatrice. He had an RBI single his last time, but he strikes out here for the first out of the inning for P27. Here comes Israel Classe, who brought everyone to his feet his last time to the plate, a 3-run home run over the right field fence. The pitch from Cole Stocks, and that is ripped hard. Diving stop by the second baseman. They go to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Kelvin Almonte robs Classe of a base hit, but he does not rob him of a ribby. Bo scores, or rather Seminara scores. Bo scored, excuse me. And here comes Montgomery Hart. There's strike number 1. The Kingsmen with another 5 here in the third. After the 6th spot that they had in the second, that's a little bit more like the offense that we're accustomed to seeing. 7 hits, 11 runs from it. They've been aided by some mistakes on the mound, but they have taken full advantage of their opportunities as Hart hits it hard again, but this time Almonte makes the easy play and the inning is over. 5 more. Kingsmen up 9. They're inching toward victory, but still a ways to go. We head to the 4th here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Back here in the top of the 4th, Emerson, Georgia, Lake Point, the site of today's game between the Kingsmen and P27. The Kingsmen have gotten the bats working at their best. 11 runs through 3. They've scored all 11 in the last 2. Kingsmen Young back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. The Kingsmen trying to keep control of this one, as P27 have also scored in the last 2 innings, but only 1 run apiece. This ball popped up on the infield. Classe under it, now running toward Montgomery. Harden, the ball's down, but now the runner's in between first and second. It's a rundown. Seminara throws to Beatrice. Owen Beatrice sprints after the runner, and the tag is, they say he didn't get the tag on him. Joe Hudak is beside himself. The Kingsmen had the out right in front of them after dropping the fly ball, and Coach Joe Hudak cannot believe it. It was certainly close, but Beatrice gave up the chase after he thought he got the tag. Unbelievable. That is not the kind of call that is going to get changed. It is a frustrating one for the Kingsmen, who had an infield pop-up that needs to be caught. Classe, rather than the shortstop, trying to catch the ball. And then P27 essentially gifted the out to them anyway by getting in the rundown. And he's still safe. Now the ball hit well to center, but Waters is under it, and he collects it with the left-handed glove. Fly out for Theo Lima, and 1 out on the board. I'll tell you one other thing, that's not going to help Kingsmen Young's pitch count at all. He has the opportunity, or rather had the opportunity, to be 3 pitches into the inning with 2 outs in his back pocket. That last pitch was number 80. High and away, 1-0. Of course, Kingsmen Young, the kind of guy who will give you 90 pitches today, and if the Kingsmen get to Friday, I guarantee you he's going to say, hey, coach, give me the ball. I'll throw another 90. That ball was hammered, but foul, third base side, 1-1. Still some work to do for the Kingsmen. If they can keep P27 off the scoreboard in this inning and then score in the bottom half, they can get 3 more outs in the top of the 5th and end the ball game. As that ball goes to the backstop, the runner slid into second. Moon is in there on the stolen base. He was off and running, and the pitch getting by Ritzma meant no play down at second. Next pitch from Young. Tap foul, third base side into the dugout. 2-2. I mentioned it already, but I'll say it again. This game, in comparison to the 3 surrounding it, is an offensive onslaught, whereas we are surrounded by pitching duels. A ton of low-scoring games around the complex right now, as the 2-2 is hit high in the air, foul to the third base side, but that one over the Kingsmen bullpen. It had a ton of distance. Scores around the ballpark here. Georgia Premier up 2-1 in the top 7th on TNXL. TNXL has 1 hit in that ball game, and it is a solo home run. They are on the cusp of being put down into the losers bracket on the Premier side. Meanwhile, to our right, it is still 2-0 between Dominion and Central Point. Will Hodges has kept that Central Point offense at bay. Just 3 hits for the White Tigers, who are down by a couple. And then Wellington is tied with P27 on the Premier side, 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Young. Struck him out. Ritz will have to go to first, and the throw is on the money. Strikeout number 5 for Kingsmen Young, and there are 2 gone. That Wellington P27 game is in the top of the 7th. The P27 varsity team will play at 3 o'clock. But if the premier team cannot hold on and win this game and the prospect team goes down, this has a disaster, or the potential to be an absolutely disastrous week for P27 Academy. A strike on the outside corner. Kingsmen just got out of the bottom of the 6th over on the varsity side of things. It is still 8-2. They need 6 runs in order to tie 7 to take the lead in the top half. 0-1. Line drive, foul, first base side, and over the fence out of play. 0-2. If Wellington manages to beat P27 on the premier side, you're looking at a situation where P27 by the end of the day could be a combined 0-5 between their 3 teams. If the prospect team is unable to come back here, the varsity team with a battle against A3 that is set to start in about half an hour. 0-2 with 2 outs with the runner on second base. Young cycles it home, and it snaps into the glove of Ritzema outside for ball 1. TNXL has a base runner. I believe it was a walk. They still only have the 1 hit. That is the tying run on first in the 7th inning of that premier game. One and 2 from Kaysen. And another foul ball. This one hitting the side of the overhang and bouncing right back onto the field where it's scooped up by Anthony Seminara. That's Kingsman number 7, Jake Donaldson. Remember, he returned a couple of weeks ago from injury, supplying some new baseballs to the home plate umpire. We expect to see him pitch sometime this week if the Kingsmen are still alive in the tournament. With a win in this game, they would face Georgia Premier at 11 o'clock tomorrow. The winner of that game would face the other loser's bracket winner from the bottom half. Here's the 1-2. Outside corner, Young took 2 steps off the mound, but it's ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Kaysen up over 90 pitches now, trying to get his team through the 4th. 2-2. Just outside. And we are full. Adrian Alvarez making him work. He drew a walk his first time against Kaysen. The uncommitted 2026 pitcher out of Alberta, Canada, has been stellar for the Kingsmen all season long. Two-strike pitch, hit high into the air. Classe into foul ground toward the net, and he just runs out of room. Another 3-2 pitch coming. The bullpen is dormant for the Kingsmen. This is Young's game, and he is determined to keep it under his control. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He winds and fires, and it's a handle shot to Classe, who drops it. He fires late to first, and the ball gets by Seminara. Izzy's second error of the inning. Corners with 2 outs for Colin Hogg. Here comes Joe Hudak. We'll see if Young gets the chance to finish the 4th. 94 pitches. He certainly has gotten his team the outs. He has gotten a flyout, a strikeout, a infield pop-up, and a ground ball to third base in this inning. And he only has 2 outs from it. I'm being told that over on the varsity side of things here in Emerson, the clubhouse starting pitcher is at 115 pitches, trying to pitch a complete game to finish off the Kingsmen in that winner's bracket quarterfinal. Meanwhile, TNXL has loaded up the bases with 1 out. Second and third, correction. Infield's in for Georgia Premier, and a ball finds its way onto the field here for the Kingsmen. 2 outs, 9-run lead. Once again, if they can keep a 0 on the board, scoring in the bottom of the 4th would mean that they can wrap it up in 5. That is something they desperately want to do to save the pitching staff. First pitch from Young to Colin Hogg is a ball. TNXL has had the tying run tagged out at third base, and it's now second and first, 2 away. There's a pop-up, right field. Harless staring up to the sun, and he makes the catch to send us to the bottom of the 4th. The Kingsmen strand 2, and they go to the bottom of the 4th up 9. We'll be right back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here in the bottom of the 4th, Kingsmen looking to score once more and put 1 foot in round number 3 of the losers bracket. Jack Curtis, the leadoff hitter, was hit by a pitch to lead off the 3rd. The Kingsmen batted through the order in that 5-run 3rd inning. He takes a big hack and fouls one off, 0-1. A 1. That is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 to Jack. And Curtis hits it up the middle. Welcome back, Jack Curtis. His first base hit since returning from his injury. And it's a leadoff knock to lead off the bottom of the fourth. It was bound to come at some point. He'd already been productive, a sacrifice fly, a hit by pitch, and he laces a ground ball. First pitch, a ball to Mason Ritzema, 99 miles an hour on the ground ball single by Jack Curtis. Here's Ritzema, who has also been swinging a hot bat today. 2 for 2, a double and a single after he had the walk-off in the first game today. Sees a borderline strike, 1-1. Kingsmen down to their final out in the varsity action down the road. They are still fighting over there against the Clubhouse Commanders. 1-1, runner on the move, and a high fly ball foul to make it 1-2. Mason Ritzema has not been retired since the 5th inning of game 1 today. He takes ball 2 outside. Two balls and 2 strikes to Mason Ritzema with the runner on first. He takes off again, and Ritzema hits it into right center. Curtis might have to get back, and he does. He didn't see it. Throw goes to first, and Curtis is safe. Oh boy. He got a very late break going back to first base after the line out by Ritzema. He slid in. He would have been out if the throw from the center fielder had been on the money, but it took the first baseman a little bit toward the Kingsmen bullpen. Here's Harless. Throw down to second. Curtis is on the move. Now he can go if he wants to, but he's going to stick around second. It's a stolen base for Curtis, who after 2 or 3 attempts finds his way to second base. Tristan Harless batting against the third pitcher of the game for P27, who are fighting for their championship hopes. And Harless fouls it off. And that ball is in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. The roar of the crowd you just heard was Georgia Premier surviving against TNXL. His bases loaded, 2 outs, a fly ball out to left sealed the deal for the Red Sox. 2 balls and 1 strike to Harless. And that's on the outside corner, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Runner on second, 1 away. Harless chops it to second. Backhand by the second baseman Almonte to first. 2 gone. So the very important 12th run for the Kingsmen is now on third base. But it will be up to Seminara to score him with 2 outs. Out of the windup, the pitch. And that's away. Here comes Curtis. And they do lead by 10 here at the bottom of the 4th. How big is that? A passed ball that scores the Kingsmen's 12th run. That's a ball low to Seminara, a little bit less pressure now. I do have a final score from Kingsman varsity action, final score 8-3. Kingsman grabbed one back, but the Clubhouse Commanders hang on.
Hurry up!
We'll find out what that means for the varsity team, let you know the next half-inning break, and that break is going to come right now. Seminara laced it, but it is out number 3. What was the exit velo on that? 99 off of the bat of Seminara, but it is out number 3. We go to the 5th. Kingsman 3 outs away from a big run-shortened victory. We'll be right back here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Kason Young comes back out to pitch the 5th, and if the Kingsmen can keep P27 off the board, this ball game is over. One more run to make it a 10-run lead, and Young on 96 pitches, those 97, and a first pitch swing is going to help. High in the air, Montgomery Hart, one away. Top of the order for the P27 Blacksmiths, with 2 more outs to try and salvage this elimination game. There's a chopper toward Clase, but foul, 0-1. Kelvin Almonte, a ground out and a hit by pitch. He now calls time with the count 0-1. There's a hard line drive, and it's fair down the line. Clase couldn't get there. McNeil goes to chase it, and it is out of play. It'll be a ground rule double. One of the oddities of the ballparks here at Lake Point, when you get down to the corners, the fence just ends. There's a gap that you can essentially just walk onto the outfield. And the ball, after caroming down the corner, bounced, I believe, off the foul pole and right through that gap. So it's a ground rule double, and Yamil Soto comes up 1 for 1 with a chance to extend this ball game to at least the bottom of the 5th. Young's pitch. In there. 0-1. Oh, 0-1 count. Outside. Time called by Yamil Soto. Looked into the Kingsmen varsity path. Now that they have dropped their first game, they'll play FTB Bowls at 11 o'clock tomorrow on field number 13. That seems to be their field, as Young spins but does not throw to second. The FTB Bowls came into this tournament as one of the top seeds, but dropped their first game 9-0 before beating Wellington 10-0. So they are 1-1. The Kingsmen are 1-1, as the 1-1 pitch is inside. 2 balls and a strike. Kingsmen will take on FTB at 11. If they win that game, then they will move on to face the winner, or at least one of either Georgia Premier, Central Point, P27, or A3. That matchup is still TBD. 2-1. That ball skied foul. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, 1 away here in the top of the 5th. The Kingsmen just a couple of outs away from a win. Two to Soto. High for ball 3. Kason Young just threw pitch number 104. We signed Nehemiah Barnes on the varsity side of things, so a 113 pitch complete game for their win over P27. The Kingsmen looking for 2 complete games to beat the Blacksmiths. 3-2 with 1 away. Got him! Rung him up on the outside corner. And it's another strikeout for Kason Young, who now has a half dozen, and P27 is down to its final out. Even on pitch 105, Kason Young is still painting the corners of the strike zone. The winner of this game plays Georgia Premier tomorrow at 11 o'clock. The Kingsmen are trying to make sure it's them. That is ball 1 high. Central Point and Dominion are all tied up in the bottom of the 5th. Central Point grabbed 2 to even the score in the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 is the count. And now it is 2-0. 1 out away, but at the same time, P27 a run away from extending this ball game, and you start all over. Could be as little as 3 strikes. It could be as many as 3 innings. Here's the 2-0. Outside corner to make it 2-1. Noah Getke has struck out looking both times he's been at the plate. Here's the 2-1 from Kason. And it's swung on and missed. And now it's just 1 strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count The game-extending run is on second base as P27 clings to hopes of an ABA championship. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They throw to second, and the throw is high. Oh boy. We've seen that pick off once or twice this season. And what a way that would have been to end the ball game. But instead, they will try to do it at the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball. Classe cuts it off. Israel Classe across the diamond. The Kingsmen win. It's a complete 5-game win. A 5-inning win for Kason Young. And the Kingsmen, who came into today needing to win 2 games to keep their tournament hopes alive, do just that. And this one comes in the minimum. They win in 5 innings and knock P27 out of the ABA championships. They'll move on to tomorrow to face Georgia Premier, where they will once again need to come in, win 2, and get out. We'll see if they can do so when we see you tomorrow. We'll have updates on Kingsman social media and the Kingsman Baseball Academy website as to the broadcast schedule for tomorrow. But both teams play at 11. Both teams hope to play at 1:30. We'll see if they can get it done tomorrow here in Emerson. Thanks for joining us. I'm Griffin Leonard saying so long from Lake Point Sports in Emerson, Georgia. This has been coverage of the ABA Championships right here on the Kingsman Baseball Network.